Academia Interface, which is a joint initiative of the Institute of Public Enterprise and the Federation of the Andhra Pradesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So this is a platform which brings together the academia and the luminaries of the industry to deliberate on the modalities for collaboration and effective interaction. So I'm sure during the course of the day's proceedings we'll have some very interesting and thought-provoking discussions. But let us begin with the invocation by Shanti and Haripura. Mahaganapatim manasa smarami, Mahaganapatim manasa smarami, Mahaganapatim Mahadevasutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Maharakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahakavyanatakaadipriyam Mahakavyanatakaadipriyam Moshikavahanamodakapriyam Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Mahaganapatim. Call upon Shri Shekar Agarwal, Vice President FAPCII, to please come up to the dais. Shri Shekar Agarwal is an engineering graduate from the National Institute of Technology, Roorkela, and holds a postgraduate diploma in marketing management. He has been associated with the business of adhesives and pharmaceutical chemicals for quite some time. He has been the managing director of Hyderabad Polymers Private Limited as well as Hind Overseas Private Limited. Over the years, he has conducted several training programs and has trained thousands of participants, including CEOs of many companies, top bureaucrats, professionals from India and abroad. Since 1998, he has served the managing committee of the Federation of Andhra Pradesh Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Over the years, he has been the chairman of various important committees. He has led a trade delegation to Bangkok, Hong Kong and China, participated in J8 seminar in Bangkok, helped to reduce VAT from 12.5% to 4% on industry inputs, and has been instrumental in organizing several national level seminars and workshops. We welcome you, sir. Academic Affairs from the Department of Information and Communication Technology, Jawahar Knowledge Centre. May I request you, sir, to please come up to the dais. Undergraduate and postgraduate students for the last 17 years and has guided 27 MTech students to thesis and has supervised several BTech training activities to students on employment and domain skills for 1 lakh students in 900 JKC colleges spread across the state. He has 12 journals, 8 reviewed articles, 20 international conferences and 6 national conferences to his credit. He has authored a number of textbooks and has been a distinguished invitee for several research discussions abroad. He has travelled widely throughout the world and has shared a gold medal and memento for the best contribution as a team leader in the Janmabhoomi program. We are really happy to have you here, sir. We are also fortunate to have some dignitaries from the industry. We have Shri Shekar Rao, who is the Regional Manager, Central Warehousing Corporation. I request him to please join us, who is the head of HR of Satyam. I request you to kindly join everyone on the stage. I would now request our beloved Director, Professor R.K. Mishra, to join everyone on the dais. Professor Mishra has a PhD from the University of Rajasthan and holds the pride of being the British Council Fellow 1996, Commonwealth Fellow 1990 and the UGC Research Scholar 1967. He has been the Dorachi and Rabinda, which include corporate governance, private-public partnerships and restructuring issues. I also would like to invite our senior colleague, Professor M.L. Sai Kumar, the PGDPM coordinator, to please come up. Now again take the opportunity to invite my senior colleague, Professor S.K. Mathur, who is the former Executive Director of APSRTC and former Director of BIFT. I would also request our Joint Placement Coordinator, Dr. Nandita Sethi, to please come. We are fortunate to have so many dignitaries with us today, and I would felicitate the keynote speaker, Dr. Shri Shekar with a bouquet. Okay. I would also like to welcome, so probably Shruti would come forward and welcome Professor Mishra with a bouquet. We have Saundari again to please kindly felicitate.
Shri Shri Shekar Agarwal, my colleague Professor Kumar, Professor Mathur, Professor Banashri, Professor Jayashri, Professor Sethi, my colleague from FAPCII. I will introduce Professor Murthy, is an eminent professor in the area of finance. He teaches world over. He teaches at all the IIMs, and he looks after the entire IAS training institute and also our relationships with different state governments. Professor definitely there. He is an outstanding expert in the area of human resource development, has done a lot of work on competency mapping. He is directing the entire training activities of the institute. He is on several boards. He is also rated as one of the best trainers in the country. We have Professor Balaji there. IP has instituted the National Doctoral Fellowships, which is the best program in the country, much about IIMs. We have a fellowship of 20,000 rupees and several facilities for an attachment of 3 months. And Balaji has taught all the public schools in the world. He was a Singapore public school. We call it Lee Kuan School of Public Policy, one of the best schools in the world, besides Maxwell, Wisconsin, and Kennedy School of Government, and University like Montreal. He is working on energy security. IP is undertaking a program at the behest of the Government of India on energy security, and we have about 30 Russians coming to the institute soon, representing the government of Russia and the various provinces of Russia, and Russia's deputies to World Bank and IMF. And there we have Dr. Lakshmi, who is one of the best scholars in the area of environment. She has just done some work for OECD, and she is a macroeconomist. She also looks after the work of the Institute on Disinvestment, which we report to the Finance Ministry of the Government of India. Dr. Geeta has taught in several schools abroad and has come back to us. Her work on privatization is considered to be the best in the country. She has just completed a book on privatization, and followed is from the chief of the OECD there. Another book she is completing, which is in the press, should have come out yesterday, but because she changed the design of the jacket, is coming out on 22nd. That will be the book on corporate governance, and there is a forward for the book from the head of the OECD. And there we have Dr. Jayashri, who is a PhD from IIT Mumbai, and she is a different type. She is an expert in the area of behavioral finance. Then we have Professor Ratnam there, who was the director of ECIL. He is an expert in the area of manufacturing excellence. He also looks after entrepreneurship work at the Institute for the ICT, UGC, and several other bodies for the Department of Science and Technology. And then we have Dr. Janti, an expert in the area of biotechnology, highly cited author in the world, hardly buried in journal where she has not published. She has several committees and commissions, national and international. She is a globe-trotter also. She spends, I think, 3 weeks a month abroad, and a week, I think, has been scheduled. We have there Shaheen She teaches quantitative techniques. Very good teacher. Professor Gautam is our own colleague. He added to the inflation in this country because he has authored with some of our colleagues the pay revision report, 6-page revision, and the another report, public enterprise committee, which covers 20 lakh people, and the report is now cabinet committee on economic affairs, and anytime I think the report can be accepted, it may further contribute, I think, to inflation. He has an excellent work in the area of executive compensation, and he is one person whose papers are appeared in economic and political theory, he works in the area of governance here, modernization of the state, restructuring of the state, restructuring the organizations here. We have Dr. Anjiraju, our dean of the student welfare, who looks after entire spectrum of student-related activities. And there we have Dr. Panja. Why can't you come, Harvard? Panja, what teacher come from here? Don't worry, I'll settle with the students. I'll talk to them later. If anybody makes any noise, he has to quit the hall and he will be expelled from the institute for all the times to come. I don't want any disciplined student. There is no place for disciplined student. I don't want them to repeat. I'll get this window open and throw them out. I don't like this. This is not a place, this is a place to hear. Either you say that you want to learn, if you know that you learn, you have nothing to learn, okay. But if you want to learn, then become coachable. I'll take a very severe action from now on if anybody speaks. Very, very severe action which you just cannot use. So let me come back. Professor Anjiraju is our head of the students related activities, one is best doctor, and my colleague Panja is down there. She looks after our external portfolio. We are starting a one-year program for United Nations and European Common Union, and we'll have the UN experts and European Common Union experts visiting IPE between 8th and 11th of November. Hopefully we will start that program and we are here processing. She is an expert in the area of investigation from School of Science, Mumbai, has contributed richly in that area at the work of the institute. We have Dr. Sahai there. Bidla Sahai was for 8 months in Australia, had just returned last week. She was at the University of Bonn doing her postdoctoral work there on system dynamics in corporate governance. Mr. Ramaswamy was teaching at ISB, and he is our expert in the area of IR. We have some colleagues there who are doing research. Sahu is working on digital market problem, which calculates the fast there. Okay, friends, I think let me come back and let me also, on your behalf, if you agree with me, give a big clap to couple of things. Mr. Shekar Agarwal is a very, very dynamic person. I am speaking in his presence. We should speak good things. Because in our press, we don't find good things, being spoken or quoted. Let us think good and let us, I think, speak good. And I think FAPCII has a very great future. He is the vice president, but I am related more with that because he will be the president of the FAPCII soon, as per the traditions of FAPCII. And here, in him, what I think anybody would admire, not like, is a person who is so deeply attached to good thoughts, who is deeply, who thinks of connecting FAPCII with other institutions. I think today, you may be anything, but you are not important. Connectivity is very, and other components of society, they have to move together. Andhra Pradesh is a very dynamic state. It has the leadership, it has to provide the leadership to the country, and in him we find one of the most dynamic persons, and I hope that the future of trade industry, Andhra Pradesh is very brighter with top persons like him, who have been in the best institutions and who would like society to work together in the pursuit of excellence. So I welcome you, and it's a great opportunity for us. And there we have Dr. Shri Shekar, one of the leading experts. I don't think there is any part of the world where he has not been published prolifically, and he is our keynote speaker. I am sure that we will open the lock with that keynote speech. There is so much for us to learn from him. And then we have Mr. Menon. I've heard a lot of him, and I had the opportunity of just being a part of conversation this morning, and I think in the next just 10-15 minutes, I think it was a great delight and pleasure to see him, I think, speaking on a very, on very wide-ranging issues. And it's good, I think, we need, I think, in all sectors of industry, thinking managers. We don't need only managers. And if we have people like him at the top, I'm sure that there is very great value addition, and the country, I think, will transform itself much more than what you and I expect. We have Shekar Agarwal there, who has tremendous experience, and we all welcome, of course, my colleagues. They are part of the institute. Now, coming to this industry interface, we don't believe in interfacing. We don't believe in coming together. When you enter the MIT, Boston, I entered there, and the first thing that I saw was that 500 feet, up down, and anybody with or without specs can read what is written there. And I think in very big letters, I don't know that you can't say which font, because we talk of fonts only on computers. Technology in the service of society. Technology for the betterment of people. And society means a poor person in society and the highly placed person. Everyone. I think today, education and industry, they have to work for society. We have to think of greater good of everyone. Because if it is good of everyone, then everyone will become part of the scheme. But if it's good only for some people, naturally I think many others will not contribute. So can we then create a system whereby everyone sees some benefit? And then every level of benefits may be different, but there is something for everyone. And if you do that, then you find that everybody will come and contribute. I don't say that we should show carrot, but I think always it works there. Such a good industry interface is there. I was talking about Balaji when I went to Nippon School of Public Policy, and I would request my panelists and I think our president today just to, name their year. I saw the total money given by industry to Nippon School of Public Policy, if you convert into money, is 2,500 crores, which is not the budget of University Grants Commission in this country and the area. Now this is very, very interesting. How industry and education institutes they work together. And sometimes emotionally, sir, I also say that all these people of you and I, we were nurtured by our parents. Good and bad schools. They may be good schools, they may be bad schools. They went to schools and colleges. Then industry comes and industry takes them away. And they are of no use to their parents. And they are of least use, I think, to the educational institutions. They don't even look back. That's how things are happening in our country. Whether this kind of relationship is there. We are not, I think, different, very important. And Ratan Tata told that my policy is that I take a person who is fired 10 times. Because one is this turnover, number two, the kind of products which are turned out by universities and institutes are products which are not in tune with the requirements of the industry. You train them 2 years here and they train them for another 2 years there. So I think that causes a lot of problem. It can't be a processed kind of raw material, but certainly I think we can do better if you work with industry. And I found in US, I was in Great Lakes Institute, which is very closely connected to Bangalore. I was teaching there, and we had lots of people from Satyam also. 180 students are doing their 1-year program. All of them have worked for 5 to 10 years. They have the best academic record. They threw away their jobs, or at the most they are sabbatical, and they are looking for a better future. But what is important there is that in such schools, you know that industry and institutes needs, they are not different. They work together. So high time has come that by working with industry, and interestingly I saw that in that institute, half of the professors are from industry. So I think the kind of model that we had created in our country of permanent teachers that won't last, and high time has come, that has already started happening in the best school in the world. Any best school, you go to London school, you go to state right there, you go to Norwegian school, French, any schools you go and you find at least 50 to 70% are from industry, and they work for 3 days in the industry, and they teach 2 days. I was working with Hyundai, and I find that difference with Agarwal sir. I say that please they do kindly give some thought to this. When you go to Chennai, you find in Chennai, FAPCII, Chennai and CIA. I talked to Mr. Reddy also here. That we have our meetings only, they are Jones kind of thing, or they are 5-star meetings. But like Chennai, you find Hyundai and Samsung, all these people, they come and they spend 1 or 2 days in the industry. Whole day they are in the industry. Why can't industry come and work with them? Or why can't the industry ask them to come and spend some time over there? Money is more important. Because I am of the belief that you learn management better by spending few hours in industry than by remaining all the time in the college. Rather, sometimes I say, it's the story of Ganesha. That Ganesha was also in that running race, and Ganesha didn't go anywhere. And it took 7 rounds of Shankar. And Menon is here. I think we have to produce people not only from India. We'll make it the hub for equipment for the entire world. Because we have our own culture, and our culture and genes is that we are not workaholic, but we have the work value, we have the sincerity, we have the honesty, we want to do things first time right, we want to bring in excellence, yoga karmas kosam, that's what Gita says. With all these things, there is no reason that what I jokingly say, I will not travel only between Hapshigura to Chilkaguda or Chikkarpalli to Kakatpalli. I will go much beyond which people have done. Our people have gone and found America, not because certainly they are good, but I don't want things to just stop at that. We should be seen in a much larger number everywhere, not because we want to overpower, but just because we are good. Let us create, I think, good in ourselves, but let me tell you, we cannot create that good. We will be aware from that good unless we have the opportunity of these distinguished, industry captains being with us. So much time, but industry interface is important for 3 or 4 things. One is it will bring precision, it will bring in sophistication, it will add value, win-win situation for all the stakeholders. It will improve quality. I think is a very, very important issue because you can. Manu Sahab also plans them for 2 years, but yes. I think like law of diminishing marginal returns, there is an age, I think this is a better place, I think. If we start that training here, then I think they can do much more and they can come up to your expectations. Then they being can, like what Infosys does, Mr. Mohandas Pai is the board of the institute. We also have an argument. I will restore, okay, you keep on doing that, but why can't you have a connectivity of that institute with these institutions? Because let us not repeat, I think repetition lifetime for everyone is very, very limited. And in that given lifetime, let us, I think, realize the better. On that note, friends, it's a very tough subject. Very easy to speak a few words. It's a very tough subject. The question is of understanding the issues. The question is of interconnecting. And I think the greater question is working, taking it further. Can we take it beyond that? But sir, IP is in that pursuit. You want our people, you want industry to come. I always say, that day is a black day for the institute when 10 industry people don't come. Because this is not a shop where teachers teach and students read. This is not a shop, this is a place where we teach management. And management can't be taught only by faculty. We can only be a resource person and we need experts of all hues, from the government, from the industry. For someone, I think, who has even taken retirement and in retreat because he has to share. We want all such people to come. And I will make a fervent appeal to all the panelists here and Mr. Agarwal sir. Let Mr. Agarwal, what Chennai CIA does, let them adopt IP as their institution and involve entire faculty and all these colleagues who can do internship projects, who can do number of things for them. That's why when you go to NCR, I was in NCR, and in NCR things were being done that way. So there is a large potential. Let us use this large potential that God has given us this potential resources. If we don't use, certainly I think we are overlooking something and we are going beyond against the law of nature. So there is a very great responsibility. These people are there for the next 40, 50 years. If they can start well, half begun is well done, I am sure that they will do much better. And with that, I again welcome and look forward to all of you, very top-notch people in your
Dr. Chandrasekhar, Mr. S. Chandrasekhar Rao, Mr. Mukund Menon, Dr. Nandita Sethi, Dr. Mathur. I am indebted to the words of Professor Mishra. He spoke a lot about me, but just like to present a small couplet for him. Hyderabad of us we understand little Urdu and Hindi. So, सर काश खुशियों की कोई खरीद लेता हर खुशी आपके लिए, खरीद लेता हर खुशी आपके लिए, चाहे उसकी कीमत मेरी जान हो। Indeed, all of us, we are very fortunate to have a person like Professor Mishra amongst us. He's like a Kohinoor, and all your faculty, they are really gems. Now it is up to us the benefit what we derive from them. And maybe years back, I was also sitting like you, and it is all the process of time. The time from there you come here, and we share our experience. Now, friends, I am really happy to address this academia and industry interaction meet jointly organized by FAPCII and Institute of Public Enterprise today. I congratulate Professor Mishra, Director IP, and his faculty for taking initiative to organize this interactive program for the benefit of industry as well as academia. More so to the young technical management students. This long felt need expressed through different forums to reform the curriculum of the academia, empowering the student community to equip themselves with the skills and knowledge tailored to the needs and requirements of the industry. The skills and knowledge are the driving force of economic growth and social development of any country. They have become even more important with the increasing pace of globalization and technological changes taking place currently. As India moves progressively towards becoming a knowledge economy, it becomes increasingly important to focus on advancement of skills relevant to the emerging economic environment. In the new economy, the skills range from professional, conceptual, managerial, operational, behavioral to that of interpersonal and interdomain. The Planning Commission has also felt that the present system has certain critical gaps in the curricula are inflexible and outmoded. The demographic structure in India, in comparison with that of competing nations, prompt us to seize the global employment opportunities. This involves coordination, dialogue and discussion between academia and industry to arrive to align themselves with the career objectives of the youth for different sectors. There is no denying the fact that India possesses a comparative advantage in many respects in being the manufacturing hub of the world. However, we need to improve the competitiveness of Indian industry to take optimum advantage from emerging opportunities in the manufacturing sector in the context of globalization while ensuring the balance and sustained growth. The state of Andhra Pradesh produces about 4 lakhs graduates from its colleges and universities every year. Estimates reveal that due to poor awareness of industry grade skill, not more than 10% of the general graduates and 25% of engineering graduates could be employed in various sectors of industry. I hope today program will diagnose the systems and identity the bottlenecks to enable to formulate proper strategies. Few suggestions I would like to make is to promote synergy amongst institutions of academia, industry and other agencies. Provide solutions on HRD to the corporate sector and academic institutions. Employable skills to be imparted in the academic institutions. Promoting curriculum development to meet the needs of different sectors of industry. Optimizing knowledge input in the academic and facilitate solutions to the current corporate environment. There is also requirement to assess the need for the employment which would be there after 3 to 5 years, which I think academia and industry together we can do it. Now, next to industry and academia, the relationship, as already shared by the professor, is something industry which cannot walk and industry cannot see and academy cannot walk. Academy can see and industry can walk, so both must, the time both come together, it would be the best option and best thing we'll be doing for the society. Now, there is also you know, with the change, so much changes are happening. Every day we find change in and out. And whatever we study in schools and colleges, they get outdated. So there's absolute need for refresher course for the industry, which again and again would be beneficial to industrial